Hi, welcome to another episode with J Grey Codes. Recently, I've really wanted to learn about social media marketing. I love Instagram, I'm always on it. By the way, my new Instagram account is J Grey Codes, so do follow. But like what anyone else would have done, I went onto YouTube. I watched a lot of videos trying to learn, the patterns of Instagram in terms of how to get high followers, likes, you name it. Maybe one day I might want to start looking after other people's accounts, But what I found in common amongst these different videos that I watched was a term known as Instagram algorithm. To be honest with you, I thought it was a cheat code to Fortnite or to Call of Duty, but apparently it's actually real and it changes quite often. What Instagram does is basically they look at your level of engagement, the level of activity you have. What that would mean is that how often do you like other posts? How often do you comment on other posts? How often do you post? Based on that, they would determine how many people would see your own account. I'm sure you've realized that you might have 1,000 followers, for example, but you do not see everyone's pictures. That's based on this algorithm that they have. So it's definitely something worth looking at if you're interested in social media marketing. But in the world of automation, think about it. Let's say I actually wanted to have an increase in my activity as the algorithm desires. That would mean me logging onto Instagram, putting my password, my username, clicking on the button that says login. And let's say I wanted to like pictures of hashtags. I would have to manually type in a hashtag, let's say for example, funny memes. A collection of pictures would be displayed. Imagine I wanted to like 10 pictures or 100 pictures or 1,000 pictures a day. I would have to manually click on the like button 1,000 times every day. That seems pretty long. However, in the world of automation, because these steps are quite repetitive, this is something that we can actually automate. So how about it? Let's do it. Come on. What we need to do to make the process quite efficient is to write a plan out of what we want to achieve. So I'm going to head over to notes on my laptop. Let me hide this. All right, so remembering that the aim of this project is to like a collection of pictures from a hashtag search, okay? So let's write that down. Like that. Okay, brilliant. So the first step is to navigate to Instagram itself. We can use HTTP. Should work. We'll double check that. And the next step would be to enter username and to enter password. And then once that is done, click the login button. Okay. So that should take us to the home page, right? Home page of Instagram. Once we get to the home page, we should receive 2 notifications. So this is the first notification asking you to save your information. So we click on not now. Then the second one is to say, obviously, we want notifications. So the first one is to say, do you want to save info? The second one is to say, do we want notifications? So we're going to click on not now as well. All right. And those are the steps There we go. Perfect. So let's start a new one. Click on not now. Then click on not now again. Just put notifications. Okay, so once we click on that, we're taken to the feed. We would need to click on the search field. There are situations whereby we may not need to click on the search field. We can just type straight into the search field itself. So for example, type in a hashtag funny memes. And as you can see, a list is presented. We would want to click on the first one, as that's what we're searching for, isn't it? Perfect. For hashtag, what we can do is, how about we just type into the field? We'll try and reduce all the steps. Type into search field. Right, so a list should be presented. And once that is done, click on appropriate hashtag. And once you click on that, your list is displayed. Or let's put collection is displayed. Once collection is displayed, what you can then do, we are going to create a bucket. In other words, we're going to create a specific bucket, a place to store a certain amount of pictures or posts. And then from that, we will basically click each picture that we have in that bucket. So in terms of the bucket itself, we would need to use a JavaScript code to create this. It's about 2 lines, really, literally 2 lines. If you look at this, basically, you will see that as you scroll down a page, it loads. If you scroll all the way down, there's a load written here. Okay, so the purpose of that JavaScript is to scroll down the page and then collect pictures. Brilliant. All right, so what's next is, once we have these pictures, we need to actually start liking. Navigate to the URL of the picture. There are 2 phases for liking a picture, and you see what I mean. If this picture or post has not been liked already, then I'll click on the like button. However, if it's already been liked, what I will do is click on this X button. This X button will close the post, just like that. Yeah, I'm trying to keep it really simple without too many steps. And that should do it for now. So how about we start coding, eh? Come on, let's do this. This should be fun. So we're using IntelliJ. Where is it? Right here, IntelliJ. So once you're in there, we are going to create a Maven project. And to do that, literally file, new project, Maven right there. And then let me move this out of the way a little bit. So it's going to click on next, put the title that you want, and click on finish button. Bearing in mind that we are obviously working on a browser, Chrome browser to be precise. We need something called driver, so like Selenium WebDriver. This sounds like rocket science right now. All it's saying is that it's a specific application or package that allows you to carry out different actions on a browser. It could be Firefox, it could be IE, it could be Chrome. And by actions, we basically mean the ability to type, to click, to clear this whole field, so little things like that. So it is the engine that we actually need to be able to do anything on the browser. We can basically start creating our application. So the first thing is in our step, what did we write? We wanted to navigate to Instagram, right? Driver.get, and that's the URL. But what normally happens is that it opens and it's not maximized. So we want this to be maximized like this. Should we run this and check that it actually goes to the URL? All right, let's do that. There we go. And it maximized. Okay. To know that it opened up, what you should check out for is this sentence. Chrome is being controlled by automated test software. So when you see that, then you know, all right, something's happening. All right, so let's continue. For us to be able to enter any username or password, we need to actually find out what elements were used to create these fields. To do that, right click, click on inspect. This is the time where you would need to create what we call objects, okay? In this application that we're creating, I'm going to use xpath, and I'll show you what an xpath looks like. Let me show you what it looks like. So this is what we call DevTools, this area, otherwise known as DOM, D-O-M, okay? And to access this, let me close it so I can show you. So you right click, like I said before, click on inspect, click on the square plus cursor icon, and then click on whatever area, whatever entity you want to find out about on this page. So right now we want to find out about username. It takes you straight to where it's located on this whole HTML structure. And you can see right here, it says area label, phone number, username, email. This area label is an attribute, okay? And if you, whilst you're on the section, if you click Command and F or Control and F, depending on your laptop, you can then type or click on / twice, click on star. This / twice enables you to basically scroll down. That's why it's at the top right now, to scroll down all the way to the bottom of this HTML structure. The star means anywhere and everywhere, basically. So wherever a certain thing is located, get me it. In other words, we want to find, if I do that again, we want to find this input, because right now it's 276. Our aim is to get it to 1 of 1. So if I wanted to be specific, instead of using a star, which means everywhere, I can type in input or copy and paste it. Input, so attributes lives inside the braces. So, and for the attribute, let's use name. We can use name because that's shorter. This is a speech mark or quotes. So username is what it equals to, and close it. And there we have it, 1 of 1. And we have the object. Next thing I need to do is to type into the username, isn't it? To enter a text in a field, we would use send keys. All right, so it's going to enter that, and then we need to do it for the password as well. So what do I need to do? I need to click on the login button, don't I? And to do that, I can use this xpath, and I'm doing a click instead this time, aren't I? Yep, I am. Brilliant. From there, we need to click on not now twice. So once that is done, what is the next step that we are looking to do? This ramp is displayed. Okay, search. Okay, so we're actually going to start searching. We're going to enter text. Brilliant. Okay, so I enter the text. The list is displayed as we found out before. So funny memes. List is displayed, which is perfect, exactly what we want. And then once the list is displayed, we'll click on this first one, or whichever link represents the hashtag that we have entered in the field. So we might need to make a long object for that one. Okay, let's see. Once we have that, we just now need to create a wheel, like in the individual pictures in this list. So the first thing to do is to get that JavaScript that we mentioned before. So once that's done, it means you can scroll down to the page. And now what we need to do is create a way to actually store the pictures into a bucket. I call it a bucket just to try and make sense of how we're going to store the collection of pictures that we have. What I'm going to do is let us know how many pictures it was able to put into the bucket, basically. What I'm writing here is that I equals to 0. I is less than the total size of the pictures or posts in the collection. I plus plus is basically add 1 to I every time. So in other words, whilst I is 0 and whilst I is less than that size, yeah, continue to filter through the item, basically. So this is now saying, and as you filter, add 1 to I. So I will become 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, until it matches the same number as what's in the bucket, basically. And once it matches, then it stops. So if there are 20 pictures in the bucket, once I becomes 20, it stops. The job is finished. What you'll notice as well when you're obviously coding, when you're on Instagram or using social media, if you're too active, you know, in terms of moving like a robot, like, they will know that you're a robot and they will block you. So to go around that, we're going to make it very random. So it's going to be liking the post at different times. And what I'll do is I'll tell the system to print out the times that it's deciding to like these posts, okay? And if it's likable, then I want you to click it. And that's how to randomly click the like button. I guess the only thing we can do now is to run it. Fingers crossed, everything crossed. Let's see what happens. If it passes on the first attempt, victory, success is ours. Let's do it. Come on. Go. Like. Still running? Like. It liked. Yeah, it liked. Yeah, my check can testify that it liked. So this random time is quite effective, you know. It's just to make it very human-like. So that's done. So essentially we've created it. Yeah. It's just gonna keep liking. I always like to verify that things are actually liked, and as you can see, it's actually like the pictures. It works, you guys, it works. It works. Look at that. It's like the picture. Okay, there you have it, guys. That application that we just created basically allows you to like posts, whether it's a picture or a video. You saw that it was able to log on to Instagram, put in your username, your password, click on the login button. In the search field, it typed in the actual hashtag that you wanted. So obviously, if you're into marketing or whatever you're into, you can target the specific hashtag that you want, whether it's fashion, music, football, you name it. From there, a list of pictures are displayed, a collection, which can then be obviously put into a bucket in the form of code. And in that bucket, you can individually like the pictures that are in there. You can make a rule. If I've already liked it before, ignore it by pressing the X button. There are more rules because sometimes the accounts can be a private page. You can put a rule there. If it's a private page, go back to your bucket and continue the job. But it's with that method that you can see that automation is very handy. I can't imagine myself doing that every day manually, searching for hashtags, liking 100 pictures, 1,000 pictures every day. But if you have a system like that, it's something that you can definitely do, you know, and that's the power of automation. Overall, I hope you have liked and enjoyed this video. And I hope you've really seen one of the many ways that automation can be very beneficial. If you haven't subscribed already, then definitely subscribe and hit that notification bell. We're trying to build a community here and we would love for you to be part of us. For now, I look forward to seeing you next time. Peace, love, and unity. See you soon.